School. I'm your science teacher. We are learning chapter 3, atoms and molecules. Now here what I'm trying to tell you is, we were talking about how does an atom, uh, right, atomic mass we are talking last. So what did I say? That let's take an example of a compound carbon monoxide, CO. Right, so basically in order to prepare carbon monoxide we required 4 gram of oxygen and 3 gram of carbon, right. So basically carbon combines in with 4 by 3 times of its mass of an oxygen, and we weight it in the form of, we normally weight it in the form of atomic mass unit, but in the form of IUPAC nomenclature we call it as U only, unified mass. Now let us see here, but the question they have is that the assigned carbon atomic mass is 1U and the oxygen is 1.32. However, it is more convenient to have, see, you got an atomic mass is 133U, 1.0U. That is difficult to track or understand. Why? Why is it so? Because it is given in decimal. The question is, it is good if we get it in the form of, it is good if we get it in the form of whole numbers. So while researching various atomic mass, they have taken atomic mass of naturally occur oxygen, 1/16 of the mass of. So basically they still didn't get the answer for what they are looking for. So they keep on researching for the same. And finally at the end they say that naturally occurring oxygen, they took naturally occurring oxygen 1/16 that of mass of naturally oxygen as a unit. So again they put one more try, but oxygen is such a atom that reacts with large number of elements. So basically oxygen reacts with so many elements, and the atomic mass give masses of most of the element as whole number also. But the research still doesn't end here. See, it is not like that they started a research and they get it at once. They keep on trying to get it in many instances, and finally, as what I said, when they get, finally as what I said, when they get it in this way. Okay. So naturally occurring oxygen, that makes it in this way, and finally they, when they put it, they got it in this way. Clear? Now next what they are trying to tell you is, have a look. So now again what we are telling you is, however in 1961 again they accepted universally that carbon 12 isotope. Now I have already taught you isotope or isotopes, the carbon 12 isotope as the atomic mass unit of that. Now carbon 12 isotope will accept carbon 12 isotope as the this thing. So 1/12 of the mass of one atom of carbon, relative atomic mass of all elements have been found with respect to carbon 12 isotope, right, 1/12. Now beautifully it was explained at the bottom. Let me try it once how we can do that. Okay, let's see. So we are taking, okay, so we are taking carbon 12 isotope in this way. Have a look. Now let's say we have a watermelon. We are making 12 equal pieces of that watermelon, and we take one as the standard unit of this thing. So whenever you have to compare any fruits, they put one piece of one watermelon, then they put piece of two watermelons, right? And that is how they are trying to weight it in this way, and we call it as a fruit mass unit, FMU. Just an example to try to make you understand what do you mean by the mass of one atom of carbon 12 isotope. So, and that is how they keep on trying to get the atomic mass unit. So finally at the end what did they accepted is the relative mass of an atom is defined as the average mass of an atom as compared to 1/12 the mass of one carbon 12 atom. Okay, and that is how they keep on getting the atomic mass of hydrogen as 1U, carbon as 12U, nitrogen as 14U, and respectively. But the question is, do atom exist? How do atom exist? They say atoms can never get it in a free form, independently basically. They are always combined in forms of molecule or ions. We'll study what is molecule and ions. Molecule is like, it is combination of two or more groups of atoms. They are chemically bonded together tightly with an attractive force. So what I am saying is a molecule, it is general a group of two or more atoms that are chemically bonded together. We will see that also how they are chemically bonded. A molecule can be defined as a small particle of an element or a compound capable of independent existence. For example, an atom of same element or different elements can join together to form a molecule. Okay. For example, if you say H2O, H2O is water, that is a molecule. Now in that, what are the atoms here? Hydrogen and oxygen is an atom. So this together we call it as a molecule. But when you say this hydrogen and oxygen, that are atoms. So there are two atoms of hydrogen and there is one atom of oxygen. Clear? Got it? So we'll study more about it next time about molecules. Thank you so much. That's it for the day.